Hi, I'm Sue Daly and welcome to Just Like a Jigsaw month number 5. This month we're going to be working with 1 1/4 inch hexagons and 2 1/2 inch jewel shapes. So in the package you would have received your little layout for your block layout with some alternative blocks down the bottom here, and on the reverse side of the card you will see a quilt layout just working with those particular shapes. One of the things that I did was, this is an older sample that I have, and it's done with your jewel shapes in the middle and your hexagons around the outside, and then your jewel shapes out to form the points of the stars. Now you can see that I've fussy cut some of these hexagons as well. So you can do some amazing things with your fussy cutting, and it's only limited by your imagination really. I'm just going to move forward and show you a couple of other things that you can do with those particular shapes. So I've just put them into my little black book, which I use all the time. So we've got our jewel shape here, which is your 2 1/2 inches along the longest side, and it marries with a 1 1/4 inch hexagon on the shortest side. So that's 1 1/4 is half of 2 1/2 inches. So that's how we know they're going to work together. If you were working with 1 inch hexagons, you would work with a 2 inch jewel shape. So what I've done here is I've turned, instead of having the points going into the middle like we have in the sample here and like we have on the card that you've got in your package, I've turned them around the other way and I've put the hexagon into the middle, and then we've put the jewel shapes coming out from the hexagon. And then what I've done is I've taken a full 2 1/2 inch hexagon and I've put it into that corner there. So all of the pieces that fit in here around this particular thing would have to measure 2 1/2 inches, because that's the measurement of the jewel edge, the longest side of the jewel. So you can make up all different 2 1/2 inch hexagons using other shapes. So as you get further along and you're getting more shapes in your packages, you can marry some of these together to make other designs. So for this one I've put the full 2 1/2 inch hexagon in here. But then over here I've used 2 1/2 inch 6-pointed stars and put 3 together like a baby block. But the outside measurement still measures 2 1/2 inches, the same as this one. So up in this top corner here, what I've used is 3 1 1/4 inch hexagons and married it with a 1 1/4 inch 6-pointed star. And they've just slotted into the 3 corners there. So there's some amazing things that you can do. As I said, it is only limited to your imagination. And you can play with these shapes and do whatever you want with them. There's all sorts of different combinations that you can come up with. So I hope you find this helpful today, just working with this particular block. There are only 2 shapes in there, but I'm sure that you're going to come up with many, many ideas. And we'd love to see those ideas. If you want to email them through to us, and we'd like to show them up on our blog or Facebook, just to, let people see what you guys are doing out there and the fun things that you're doing. Particularly if you're fussy cutting, it's always fun to see what everybody else is doing and the fabric that you're working with. So send those through to us and we'll make sure we get them and pop them up onto Facebook or the blog. So until next time, I'm going to see you back here in the studio for Jigsaw number 6. So we'll see you then.